Welcome, esteemed gentlemen. The most dangerous man is the one who doesn't need your approval. In a world where most men are desperately vying for attention, validation, and the next swipe right, Sigma males are playing a completely different game, or maybe no game at all. They are the men who operate outside of the traditional alphabet hierarchy, the ones who silently command respect without even trying. And here's the kicker. They're the men women secretly crave, but also the ones who send a cold chill down their spine. It's not because they're intimidating in the usual sense. No, it's far deeper. They're the ones who won't text back just to keep you interested, the ones who'll walk away from a relationship without flinching, and who are perfectly content with or without you. It's the psychological equivalent of dangling the perfect dessert in front of you and then casually walking away like it's nothing. Fact. Studies show that women are often more attracted to men who display signs of emotional independence and unpredictability, and yet those very traits are what they find unsettling when they realize they have no control over them. Sigma males don't just break the mold, they shatter it and walk off without a second glance. So, why are these men secretly desired yet deeply feared? Buckle up, because what you're about to discover will challenge everything you thought you knew about attraction and leave you wondering if you've ever met a Sigma male without realizing it. Number 1. They challenge women to step up. Being with a Sigma male isn't for the faint of heart. He's not going to pamper your ego or tell you what you want to hear just to keep the peace. In fact, he'll probably do the exact opposite. He'll challenge you. He's not interested in superficial compliments or shallow conversations. He'll push you to think deeper, be more independent, and step up in ways you didn't expect. And let's be real, that's thrilling, but also kind of terrifying. Most guys tend to sugarcoat things or go along to avoid rocking the boat, but not the Sigma. He's the guy who, if he sees you slacking or coasting through life, will call you out on it. But here's the thing. It's not out of cruelty. It's because he wants you to be the best version of yourself. He's not trying to mold you into what society expects, but into someone who's strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet. And sure, that might sting a little, especially if you're used to being the one in control or having people feed into your comfort zone. It's not that the Sigma male is harsh, he's just honest. He doesn't have time for drama, excuses, or playing small. He sees potential and isn't afraid to push you toward it. If you're expecting a guy to fawn over every little thing, you'll be in for a rude awakening. But if you're someone who craves real growth and authenticity, then being with a Sigma can be life-changing. Of course, not everyone is ready for that level of realness, which is why Sigma males are both desired and feared. It's like wanting a shot of espresso when you're used to drinking warm milk. It's intense, but it wakes you up. At number 2, silent dominance. Sigma males embody a kind of dominance that doesn't rely on raising their voice, flexing muscles, or making a scene. Their strength comes from within, a calm, controlled presence that speaks louder than any aggressive display ever could. They walk into a room, and somehow, without even trying, they command attention. It's the kind of power that's not loud but unmistakable. Women notice it right away. There's something about a man who doesn't have to prove anything, who's just solid. It's attractive because it feels genuine, unforced, and rare in a world where many men try too hard. But that's also where the uneasiness comes in. Women are used to influencing behavior, whether through charm, flirtation, or emotional persuasion. With a Sigma male, none of that works. He's unshakable, not because he's cold, but because he's already in control of himself. That quiet strength isn't something anyone else can sway or manipulate, and that's intimidating. It's like standing next to a mountain, beautiful and awe-inspiring, but you know it's immovable, no matter what you do. Number 3, they are the ultimate mystery. Sigma. Males are, without a doubt, the ultimate mystery. They don't follow the typical playbook or conform to the societal expectations that most people do. They're unpredictable, and that's what makes them so magnetic. Women, especially those who love a challenge, are drawn to this intrigue like moths to a flame. They're used to men who show their cards early, making it easy to predict their next move. But with a Sigma, there's no script, no roadmap. He does things his own way, on his own terms, and that unpredictability is intoxicating. At the same time, this very mystery that draws women in also causes a sense of unease. Human nature craves understanding and control, but Sigma males refuse to be easily figured out. You can't put them in a box or label them with a neat little tag, and that can be scary. There's no clear way to handle or influence someone who plays by their own rules. That fear doesn't come from malice or coldness on the Sigma's part. It's simply the realization that no one is really in control of the situation except him. It's a mix of fascination and frustration, wanting to get closer while knowing you'll never fully grasp what makes him tick. At number 4, their charisma comes without effort. Sigma males have a kind of charisma that seems completely effortless. They don't need to put on a show, crack jokes, or try to be the center of attention to draw people in. There's just something about them that naturally attracts others, especially women. It's that quiet confidence, the way they carry themselves, and the fact that they don't need anyone's approval to feel validated. They could be standing in the back of the room, minding their own business, and somehow all eyes still gravitate toward them. That's the allure of a Sigma male. He doesn't chase, yet he's always noticed. But here's the catch. Because they don't try to impress or seek validation, women can sometimes feel uneasy around them. This lack of effort can make them wonder, if he's not trying to keep my attention, what's to stop him from losing interest and walking away just as easily? It's unsettling, knowing that the same calm magnetic energy that draws you in can also disappear without warning. Women are left guessing, unsure if they truly have a hold on him, or if in reality, no one really does. Number 5, they embody the perfect blend of alpha and introverted. Sigma males are a unique blend of two seemingly opposite traits, alpha confidence and introverted introspection. They have the self-assuredness of an alpha, comfortable in their own skin, and able to take control of a situation without needing to dominate it aggressively. At the same time, they possess the quiet, thoughtful nature of an introvert, which allows them to observe, reflect, and stay grounded. It's a rare combination that makes them incredibly intriguing to women. This balance of strength and depth is highly attractive because it offers the best of both worlds. On one hand, you get a man who is strong, assertive, and confident enough to take the lead. On the other hand, you also get someone who's introspective, thoughtful, and not constantly seeking attention or validation. It's the kind of maturity and self-reliance that many women are drawn to because it feels real and solid, not performative. But with that attraction comes a certain fear. Since Sigma males don't fit neatly into the alpha or introvert categories, they're difficult to classify. You can't predict how they'll react or what they'll do next, and that unpredictability makes women nervous. They don't follow the typical patterns or give off obvious signals, and for those used to reading men like a book, this is unsettling. They're an enigma which keeps people guessing and on edge. Number 6, they set their own terms. Sigma males are unapologetic about setting their own terms in relationships. They don't conform to traditional expectations or adjust themselves to fit someone else's rules. Instead, they establish the boundaries and dynamics they're comfortable with, making it clear from the start that they won't be controlled or influenced. This ability to define the rules of engagement is part of what makes them so attractive. Women who respect strength and independence find this level of self-assurance magnetic. It signals that he knows who he is and what he wants, and he won't compromise just to please someone else. However, this same control can be intimidating, especially for women who are used to holding the power in relationships. A Sigma male's unwillingness to bend or cater to the usual emotional games throws off the typical power balance. It's not that he's trying to dominate or control the other person. He simply refuses to play by anyone's rules but his own. This leaves little room for manipulation or influence, which can be unsettling for someone who's used to steering the ship. In a world where many relationships revolve around negotiation and compromise, the Sigma male's firm stance on his own terms can be both a refreshing challenge and a stark realization that he won't be easily swayed. You either meet him where he's at, or you're out of the game entirely. Number 7, they remain an enigma. Sigma males are a constant enigma, no matter how long you've known them. They reveal just enough of themselves to keep people intrigued, but never so much that you fully understand them. Their thoughts, feelings, and motivations remain largely hidden beneath a calm and composed exterior. Even in relationships, they don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. This sense of mystery is incredibly attractive because it keeps women guessing, always wanting to uncover more of what makes him tick. But there's a flip side to this intrigue, one that breeds fear. As much as women are drawn to the puzzle of a Sigma male, it's unsettling to realize that, after all the time spent together, they may never truly know him. Human nature craves connection and understanding, especially in intimate relationships, and the Sigma's ability to keep his inner world private can create a sense of distance. He's present, but there's always a part of him that remains just out of reach. This emotional ambiguity can leave women feeling unsure, even vulnerable, because the typical markers of closeness and openness aren't there. While the mystery is part of what makes him so intoxicating, it's also what makes him a source of quiet fear, the fear of never really knowing the person you're with. It's a paradox that keeps people drawn to him but also cautious about how close they can actually get. Number 8. They see through manipulation. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to see through manipulation, which puts them in a league of their own when it comes to relationships. Women who are accustomed to using charm, beauty, or subtle tactics to get their way often find themselves completely disarmed with a Sigma. He doesn't fall for the usual games or superficial gestures. Whether it's flirting to distract, playing hard to get, or using emotional pressure, none of it works on him. He can spot inauthentic behavior from a mile away, and he's not afraid to call it out or simply walk away when he sees it. This ability to cut through the facade leaves many women feeling exposed, like their usual arsenal of tricks suddenly doesn't apply. What's even more unsettling is that with most men, these tactics usually guarantee some level of control or influence, but with a Sigma, they're rendered powerless. He doesn't care about appearances or playing along to please someone else. If he senses that someone isn't being real or upfront, he's not interested, plain and simple. For women who are used to having the upper hand in these dynamics, this is a sobering experience. The Sigma male's refusal to be manipulated forces them to approach him with genuine respect and authenticity, or risk losing him entirely. This sense of vulnerability, knowing that they can't outsmart or outmaneuver him, makes them both fascinated by and fearful of him. It's a rare dynamic where the usual rules don't apply, and for many, that's as thrilling as it is unnerving. Number 9. They can't walk in a heartbeat. Sigma males are the epitome of emotional independence. They've built their lives in a way that allows them to walk away from any relationship or situation that no longer serves them, and they do it without a second thought. This ability to detach makes them incredibly attractive because it signals that they won't settle for less than what they deserve. Women see this strength and are drawn to it, hoping to be the exception to the rule that he'll walk away. But this same quality can also be terrifying. The notion that he could pack up and leave at any moment creates a palpable tension. No one likes feeling disposable, and the reality that a Sigma male might choose to walk away if things don't meet his standards is daunting. It's like being on a tightrope. The thrill of being with someone who knows their worth is exhilarating, but the fear of falling off that rope and losing him is ever present. For women, the thought of losing someone so intriguing and self-sufficient can be unbearable. It forces them to confront their own vulnerabilities and insecurities, which isn't always comfortable. They can't take him for granted, knowing he won't hesitate to leave if he feels unappreciated or undervalued. This dynamic creates a push-pull tension, one where the desire for closeness is countered by the fear of abandonment. Ultimately, being with a Sigma male is a thrilling roller coaster ride. The exhilaration of his presence is matched only by the anxiety of what might happen if he decides it's time to go. Number 10. They don't chase anyone. Sigma males are a breed apart when it comes to romantic pursuits. They simply don't chase anyone. In a world where society often dictates that men should be the ones to pursue and woo, Sigma males take a different stance. They're comfortable in their own skin and know their worth, so they won't expend energy chasing after someone who doesn't match their vibe. This nonchalance is incredibly attractive. Women find it refreshing and exhilarating to be around a man who isn't desperate for validation or attention. It creates a challenge, an air of mystery that many find irresistible. However, this refusal to chase can also be terrifying for women who are accustomed to being pursued. For them, it flips the script entirely. They're used to men showing interest and making grand gestures, but with a Sigma, the game changes. His lack of effort can leave them feeling unsure and anxious. Does he even like me? Is he really interested, or is he just indifferent? These questions swirl in their minds, and it can be unsettling not to have that reassuring chase to validate their worth. This dynamic creates a tantalizing tension. Women are drawn to the challenge of winning over someone who isn't easily swayed. Yet at the same time, the fear of being dismissed or overlooked looms large. It's a delicate balance that keeps women both intrigued and on edge. They're attracted to the confidence and independence of the Sigma male, but they can't shake the underlying anxiety of not knowing where they stand. This complex interplay of attraction and fear is what makes Sigma males so uniquely compelling in the dating landscape. Sigma males represent a paradigm shift in the dynamics of attraction and relationships. Their unique blend of confidence, introspection, and independence sets them apart from the traditional molds that society has shaped for men. Women are irresistibly drawn to their quiet strength and enigmatic nature, finding themselves both captivated and challenged. This dynamic creates a thrilling tension, one where the allure of the unknown often overshadows the fear of vulnerability. The reality is that Sigma males thrive on their own terms. They don't seek validation from others, nor do they engage in the typical games that often characterize relationships. This authenticity is both refreshing and daunting, pushing those around them to confront their own insecurities. In their presence, women are challenged to be genuine, to dig deeper, and to shed the facades they might usually rely on. As they navigate the intricate dance of attraction, Sigma males embody a compelling mix of strength and mystery, making them simultaneously desired and feared. This balance keeps the flame of intrigue alive, reminding us that sometimes the most fascinating connections arise from the most complex individuals. Ultimately, being with a Sigma male is an adventure, one that requires courage, authenticity, and an acceptance that some mysteries are meant to remain beautifully unsolved. If you've enjoyed this exploration into the intriguing world of Sigma males, then there's so much more to uncover. Join us on this journey by subscribing to the channel, where we dive deep into the complexities of human behavior, relationships, and self-discovery. Your subscription not only keeps you in the loop with our latest content, but it also supports our mission to create exceptional, thought-provoking discussions that challenge the status quo. Don't miss out on the chance to be part of a community that values authenticity and intellectual exploration. Hit that subscribe button and let's continue to unravel the mysteries of life together.